motivation researchers, and welcome to another one of our Motivation Monday videos. As a reminder for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, my name is Marissa Green, and I am currently a third-year doctoral student in educational psychology at The Ohio State University, and I'm here today with Avi Kaplan, Associate Professor of Educational Psychology at Temple University. In today's video, I'll be speaking with Avi about his thoughts about the use of academic achievement as an outcome in our motivation research. So, Avi, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.
So, the first question I have for you, Avi, is what do you think the role of academic achievement is in motivation research?
Well, there are actually two questions within that question. The first is what I think the role of academic achievement is or has been in motivation research. And the other one is what I think the role of academic achievement should be in motivation research. So as for the first question, I think that it's relatively clear that academic achievement has been playing a very central role in motivation research as an outcome. It has been one of the most prominent, if not the most prominent outcome of motivation research. And moreover, it has served as, for some people at least, as a criterion for evaluating the utility and even the validity of motivation research. People seem to ask, well, if motivation research doesn't demonstrate strong relations between motivation and academic achievement, then why should we care about motivation? What I think motivation research should do with regard to academic achievement, or what academic achievement the role it should play in motivation research, the answer to this question is I think it's problematic, the current state of affairs. I think that motivation researchers as a collective have adopted a kind of reverence towards academic achievement, and it prevents us from looking at it critically. When we do look at it critically, I think that we see that it should not be held as an ultimate outcome, or as definitely not as a criterion by which to evaluate motivation research. I'll just make 2 points. The first one is I think that academic achievement is not a valid indicator of adaptive motivational processes that are actually more important for success beyond the education system, for example, in the world of work. The fact that research findings commonly find only low to moderate relations between academic achievement and constructs such as intrinsic motivation or mastery goals, task value, or self-efficacy for learning, these findings seem to suggest to some people that we need to question the utility of these processes. But I ask, why critique these constructs? Why not critique that academic achievement construct itself? Interestingly, academic achievement has been found to be strongly related to some motivational constructs, such as self-efficacy for performance and goals for grades. So what does it mean that it strongly relates to pursuit of grades, but only weakly relates to learning out of interest and engagement with a focus on deep learning and understanding and valuing the domain? Should you question these motivational processes, or should you question the achievement construct? So that leads me to argue that it is not a good indicator for these desirable motivational processes. And second, I argue that academic achievement should not be held as a criterion by which to evaluate motivation research, because the academic achievement itself lacks criterion validity in most published work. Like our motivation constructs, academic achievement itself is a construct. It's a concept that we measure because we believe that it is important, but we don't hold it the same rigor that we hold our own constructs. What does it actually measure? What does the number or the letter grade actually mean? What do they indicate? Think, for example, about GPA. It is very common to use GPA as the academic achievement construct in research. But if you think about it, it includes the averaging of grades on many different classroom tasks, on different subtopics, as well as homework assignments and even bonus points. So two students who get the same grade actually could know very different things, or could be doing well at different levels, but one can compensate with high motivation that is graded as well. We tend to reify this quantitative metric of grade and treat it as if it means the same thing across students, classrooms, schools and even districts, when in fact it could be indicating very, very different things. And in addition, even if it reflects to some degree the student motivation and learning, it also is a product of those who produce the grade, the graders, the teachers, which we very rarely pay attention to. So there's ample research about processes that underlie teachers' grading and how it is very biased, influenced by task-related characteristics, student characteristics like SES and gender, the teacher's characteristics, class size, the teacher's training. It is very, very complex. And so treating the achievement construct as an interval variable that has the same meaning across contexts, it masks the very complex integration of sociocultural, contextual, personal, interpersonal processes that go into grade production. So I think that it's very problematic to treat it both as the ultimate outcome and as the criterion to evaluate the utility and validity of motivation research. I'm actually not saying that motivational researchers should not use academic achievement as an outcome. Academic achievement is a very important construct because of its political importance. I mean, it still constitutes the most influential student characteristics, so to speak, in decision-making, particularly when students move within the education system, and sometimes when, being evaluated for jobs. Beyond that, I mean, there's actually a lot of research that suggests that motivational characteristics such as collaborative orientation, curiosity, and desire for learning are more important and contribute to well-being and success at work more than academic achievement. But academic achievement is still an important construct. So I think that motivational researchers should look at academic achievement, but rather than treating it as an uncritically as it is commonly done, I would suggest that what we need to do is look at it critically and ask research questions such as, what are the motivational processes that underlie the production of academic achievement in different contexts? And we need to look at it comprehensively. What does it mean to be successful academically in different tasks and settings? And what are the motivational processes of the students, of the task designers, and of the teachers in the production of grades at a particular context? But of course, that's one line of research that we should do. And the other line of research should not focus on academic achievement and actually should highlight the other very important outcomes of the educational project. I think one of the problems with academic achievement is it narrows what does it mean to be successful in education. In that sense, it narrows the project of education. We need to conduct research that emphasizes and highlights and investigates the role of motivation in other more desirable outcomes of the education project, which is particularly actually crucial in the current era. So for example, critical thinking, moral thinking, creativity, citizenship, collaborative orientation. I think that motivational researchers need to stake the value and utility of motivation in highlighting these desirable constructs.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Avi.
My pleasure.